How's it going, guys? It's Eclipse here, and today we're taking a look at the Draugen Lansen C. This is obviously the tier 8 Swedish medium / tank destroyer kind of tank in the game. Obviously you got it for free if you did the Draugen challenge that came out a while back during December, I believe it was, and you managed to get this tank for free. Now, what's special about it? Well, the gun is pretty ridiculous. Mobility is really good. View range is decent. Pretty much an all-round medium tank. Has a really good gun. Really good. You can do 390 alpha. And if you load HESH rounds, which it does get as its premium rounds with really nice pen, you can actually do 480 damage per shot. It takes about 9 seconds to reload, 9 to 10 depending on if you've got equipment on it, and it really can push out massive amounts of damage in games at tier 8 up against tier 10s and against its equal tier and below, obviously. +2, -2, it's a tank that definitely fares really well. If I want to grind out credits, it's a particularly good. I've earned 400,000 credits a game, as you'll see at the end of this replay when we look through the replay system and how much you can earn per game. Now, this game was particularly fantastic with regards to the Draugen. I think it was my highest damage game I've ever had in it. But I did have some other games that were very similar. I won't spoil the amount of damage that we do, but you'll see at the end, and it was very close. I think I had 4 or 5 games where I've done over 5k damage in this thing fairly reliably. I 3-marked it in 75 games or something like that, really quick. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it. If you see it on sale, then I would 100% pick it up if you haven't already, and if you didn't pick it up in one of the games, then I would definitely highly recommend actually 3-marking the tank as well. It was really fun, and you earn a ton of silver whilst you do it. So on Malinovka, what I tend to do in a medium tank or tank destroyer, or pretty much any tank at the start of the game except from heavies, is I'll actually move up to go into the bush here, use this hill, kind of get a bit of vision and get my shots across the map at various targets that pop up. Obviously you can get shot by the hill and obviously the opposite one, but if you use your gun depression on this tank, you can really do well. So obviously this is the Korean pattern, the I believe the tier 8, and we just put a couple shots into him, dealing probably 1,000, well, just under 1,000 damage, probably 780 or something like that on average. And then obviously from this position we can put damage into various tanks like these ones popping up now. You will see that the AMX CDC is pushing up, and I've decided that I don't want to be going right here, because if I get spotted at this point on the map with very little people near me, then that's not going to end up well at all, really. So that's why I'm moving up here. I'm going to try and help push the hill now. We spent too much time there, and we're going to get spotted. So we wait here, we put one shot into the enemy Draugen that's pushed up aggressively on our hill. Don't blame him, that's a good position to go in. Our friendly Draugen's in the way there. I didn't quite see him when I was driving up, obviously I was facing the other way around. And we have 2 heavy tanks on our team up here against 2 enemy heavies that are spotted currently. The Oni is pushing. That's not a tank you want to be getting hit by in the Draugen, just because you don't have armour, to be honest. Although you do have this kind of plate on the front of the tank which can actually bounce quite a few shots if people auto-aim you, and also your turret is fairly bouncy too, but it's not something you can rely on in this tank. But yeah, it's definitely something you can kind of hope to bounce. So now we're pushing up the hill. We're going to help our team win it, and then hopefully defend the base from this point. Need to push really hard into the enemy team here to ensure that we actually win the flank real quick, and then we can turn around for those that might want to actually cap the base. So you can see I'm just making a bit of vision over this side as well, because we have seen that the enemy aren't trying to cap the base, but at this point I've decided to go back. So in games like this, obviously it's quite a tense game. It's not a clear winner right now. I know that the whitewashing has been happening a lot recently, and games have been lasting 2 minutes. But on the odd occasion that you actually get a game lasting over 3 minutes, where the team hasn't lost 15-0, then yeah, you can really put this tank to use, and its DPM is actually really good as well. So if you think about it, you can do 390 6 times within a minute. So you're going to be pushing out probably 2,400 DPM on a tier 8 medium tank is really good. And then if you fire the Hesh rounds, which this thing gets, and you can fire against enemy draugens, and any lightly armoured tank in this tank, then yeah, you can definitely make use of that. So we understand that the artillery is probably going to be aiming over here. They usually sit in their spawn. That's kind of why I highlighted that in the free camera there. And so we're going to move down now just to cover the cap. As you can see, we've found the AMX M449, who's pushing the base. I really hate base cappers. I just think it's something that's so boring in game, and yeah, you can win, but it's far more rewarding when you actually kill all of the enemy tanks in game. So this guy's obviously not spotting us because he's not got the best view range in game, which is really good, and that's where you can use your spotting to outspot the opponents. This M46 Korean pattern is moving up, and we shut down the draugen on the enemy team there, and then we're getting hit by this Tiger P in base. Since we pull back behind the bush, what should happen eventually is we actually go undetected. Not entirely sure that that's going to be the case, but there you go, we do finally go undetected. So we're going to move now because obviously artillery is probably looking over this way. We do get spotted by the M46 again, put one shot into him, and hopefully our teammate will finish him off before he gets to shoot me, and there he goes. We've got 3 enemy tanks left. Obviously the Tiger P that was in base is still over here, and then the medium tank was in the middle, I believe. So there's the Tiger P, we've spotted him, we're just going to rush him now. No point in waiting around. We've put one into him, he's dead. And yeah, so that's fantastic so far. So what can we do now? We're kind of waiting around and kind of deciding where this medium tank's going to actually be in the game. In a situation like this, obviously 2v2, one's artillery, you should probably think you're going to win, but you have got to kind of play it safe as to try and make sure that you get the win in the end. The medium's up to the right on screen. I don't know why I wasn't looking over that way, but you can see this tank getting up to 45 kilometers an hour up a hill, which is really, really good. Enemy draugens moving down. This was obviously during the time where loads and loads of draugens were getting around. We decide to ram him because I don't really want to take 390 there. We did take quite a bit of ramming damage, but it's better than getting hit by 390. So yeah, we did bounce off the enemy draugen, and that was probably because I was auto-aiming. Something you don't really want to do in this tank. You should never really do auto-aims. If you can actually fully aim and shoot something, then it's always better to do that. But yeah, I thought that I'd probably just pen him anyway on the move. So now we're moving back to try and get the artillery. What we're going to do is try and use some cover, and that's always something you want to do against artillery. Put bushes in between where you think that they're going to be and where you are, and 9 times out of 10 you can actually outspot the artillery, unless they position themselves in a bush with all of the vision perks that they can possibly get. You can see the draugen here moving forward and pushing down the hill. We're going to go over to the right because he probably won't be able to spot us if he's down in the bowl without us spotting him if we get close enough. So if we put cover in between us, as I'm doing now, he won't be able to see us until it's too late. We get ourselves into this bush here, we actually outspot him and he doesn't actually spot us, and because we're firing Hesh rounds we can finish him down in one shot, dealing 440 damage to the enemy GW Tiger P and winning the game 1 versus 2. So yeah, that was a fantastic game. We'll move on to the post-battle results in just a second, but I just wanted to highlight how powerful this tank is in the game, and how much money you can actually make when you play this game with this tank. So yeah, I actually managed to make a whopping 390,000 silver with premium. We managed to kill 5 tanks. We got 6,042 damage and a decent bit of spotting. Managed to get the mastery badge, bruiser, a duelist, sniper medal, high caliber, fire for effect obviously, and yeah, we managed to get ourselves 2,386 base XP, which is a massive amount, 7,200 combined, and yeah, one of the best games I could possibly hope for in the draugen. Yeah, it was really good. And kind of got lucky in a few places, but with the team deployment from the enemy team. But yeah, we knew when to push and when to kind of fall back to try and cover the base, etc. From those Tiger Ps and stuff like that. I hope you guys have found this kind of replay analysis kind of worth it, and I hope that you've enjoyed looking at this gameplay. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to see more content. I've got loads of obviously news videos that come out every week discussing what's happening and all of the latest information we know about the different updates that happen to World of Tanks on a weekly basis, as well as any small changes and new tanks I will always cover. And obviously there's loads of guides on my channel that you might want to go through. There should be a couple on screen right now with regards to different videos. There might be a guide there, I don't know. But you'll see that on screen now. So if you want to click on that, you'll be able to, that will take you straight to the other video. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.